Welcome back. We have one more map left in the European sector of ECS Season 6. I've lost track of the days. Feels like we've been here, what, 2 weeks maybe? Something like that, day 14 could be? Who knows?
Day 7 or 8, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, overall?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Day 11.
Don't listen to Dan.
So, okay.
Is it day 11?
You're nowhere near, mate. Anyway, it's going to be Inferno now. Optic versus Mousesports again. Inferno is a map we see so often in the European sector. And Mousesports, very good map for them. And with Sticker coming back in, he's such a perfect role player for these sort of maps. He can hold bomb sites. He can be good for 1 or 2 frags, flash his teammates in, be there to drop weapons. He does everything. Surely they're going to be looking good here. Snacks is like the opposite.
He communicates for them as well.
He's good at that as well. He can talk. That is a massive plus. And I guess Snacks for me, who's like famously on this map, he's always so aggressive, always wanted to push for kills, always wanted to be the secondary AWPer and like, be aggressive towards Banana. Sticker's not going to want to do those things. He's got to just want to reel himself in and look to win rounds.
He's the solid base. He's the structure. He's the foundations
indeed.
On which Mousesports build.
It's absolutely true. I'm a big fan of his, and I think it's great he's established himself. Maybe even was a bit of a trailblazer for that particular role. I think once he was removed from Mousesports, it was so clear how valuable those sort of players were. I think Taco going from SK was obviously the first sign of that sort of role being so important, but a Sticker really backed it up, I think. And why they're so valuable to the team, might not be the superstar strikers, but they certainly have their place and are very important. So, Optic up against Inferno and Mousesports, of course. They managed to drop Train, but I feel like they're always so deadly on this sort of map as well. Yugi, I want to see more from. I feel like his T-side AWPing we've seen the last month hasn't been that electrifying. He actually uses the AK quite a lot on the T-side of Inferno. I think that's going to be the most interesting battle for me. Oscar looks lights out. He looks like he's so happy that
Oscar online in particular on Inferno is quite something. That's before you get into the shotguns and so on.
Yeah,
he's pretty good. I have to say though, despite some of the results, I'm impressed with how quickly this Optic, these group of 5 players has developed into a team, because we're seeing a lot of, well, in the last 6 months, I feel like we've seen a lot of 5-man rosters, which have just been bunched together pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't go very far, but Optic look like a really kind of solid team, I think.
There's one player in particular we've been a big fan of, Cajun B. He's looking very good individually. A player not necessarily heralded for his massive fragging potential, but he seemed to have turned that around, Dan. Like in this team especially, he's looking like he's not just a support AWP player. He's actually up there getting things done with the AK-47 and being at the top of the scoreboard most of the time.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how players can have certain identities, especially with Cajun B, because we saw him disappear for a while. He's at the premium, the top of Danish CS for a while, in the TSM days, into Astralis days, and it's really good to see that he's reinvented himself, because you're not always sure if players can do that. Either way, we're into it. CT side for Optic, and they'll have 5 Kevlars, no smoke or kit for them, just wanting to fight, and you have to win some battles. It starts with Config. And it starts with Snappy, and Config's absolutely dead. So very dead, really dead. Everyone's dead.
Everyone.
Well then, that was quite something. Yugi, what does he do? What do you do? What does one do in this situation? Have they even seen the bomb?
Well, the thing is, they didn't even use their smokes, their Molotov, their flashes. They had everything in that round to work with, and they didn't need any of it. Just all the kills came to them, 4 of them very quickly. Yugi might be able to get 1 here, but no, it's a clean sweep. There you have it. Rops and Oscar will have lots of cash here. They managed to keep their armor clean. Mac 10s are coming out, and it's the force buy in the second. Now, James, we discussed this before we started casting the new patch. We said Inferno, CT side of the second round. If you lose a pistol, it's actually quite viable to maybe force buy in the second round instead of waiting, because you not only get deagles and armor and stuff, just to know they haven't actually gone for more utility. Yeah. You get actually some smokes and flashbangs and stuff, treated like a gun round. They have kind of gone for an investment that won't give them that, but it means they won't be able to have the full buy next round either.
Yeah, that's really weird.
A little bit odd, isn't it?
They may have a fuller buy on the actual buy round, however, so we'll see how that plays out. But indeed, there is a lack of area control in this buy. No flashbangs and 1 smoke grenade. So that in itself is a problem. CZ and Boiler, always good for a kill. And as you can see, that was also a bait, because it's a long reload on the CZ. So if they chase in tunnel, in the door, sorry, then his teammate Nico was there with the 5-7. And now Optic have the high ground as Mousesports move towards the A bomb sites. And that could be a problem while they try to get the bomb down. Maybe not. Or maybe so.
Cajun will creep back in from apartments. They must surely be aware that there can be more players in apartments. as Cajun was the guy that got the frag from Boilers originally, so they should realize that. He's not dead, and so likely still there. And he will back away. Not too much to be done here for Optic at this stage. Maybe get an extra kill, collect a gun or something to that effect. In case you might have a flank timing here. Little did you know it, but no. Oscar will come back and check, so it looks like it's all under control. And I do agree that I don't understand this CT buy, because I feel like you either just spend all your money and have a good chance, or because why eco in the next round instead?
Well, there's a Galil at least, and a 5-7.
They could have bought, if they would have ecoed now, they would have had a 4 buy in the next round, so.
Clean the dishes, fry the eggs.
He's in the Sims, first person.
Yeah. Well, there we go. So, yeah, you're right, Dan. It's not really that much of a compelling situation now.
It's just strange, because it feels like there's two options which are pretty good. It's pretty solid, and that's like just in
Worst
between
of
them,
both.
doesn't really do anything, yeah. Very strange.
Oof. One fake. Couldn't really taken much more damage from that single grenade.
Flame carpet. And here is a pop flash. Vintage flashbang on Inferno. As it was, it is as it was. I should be a priest. Could just get the, what's the holy bread called? Whatever it is. It is as it was. And then you add some more bars in there and it'd be like, you know.
Holy bread.
Yeah, when you have communion and then they give you the
Croissant.
The croissant. That's not how I remember it. Croissants would have been good though. It was kind of like dry and papery, whatever it was they gave you.
Ezekiel bread sounds like it's very biblical.
Oh, Dan's fad bread.
Ezekiel bread.
A successful anti-eco run for Mousesports. So far they have dropped 3 kills, 2 kills, 2 kills. Including against the force buy.
Yes.
So now we see a healthy amount of money for Optic. So we would have liked to have seen some area control on their force buy to make it a more viable force buy, but they've allowed themselves, they left enough money behind to get a full buy.
Yeah.
The full end of the full buy as opposed to the minimal end of a full buy, if you will, less grenades and so on. This is the kind of buy I want to see on a buy round from a CT side.
Yeah, it was just a bit more of a traditional approach to the financial situation, allowing them to get 0-3 essentially, and then having a strong first gun round. But if you lose this one, especially against the fast-fitting and difficult to handle Galils and Mac-10s, it could fall apart very quickly. There's a nice trade though. Nico looks to pick up the pieces here. Oh, good job, picks them on the bomb towards quad. 3-on-3. Nico is low. They need to be very careful. Flashbang comes in, but what a shot that is. Keeps the dream alive. Oscar to recover the bomb, but that's going to be A site open now.
Oh, the smoke has a gap. Stika will have to watch it. And it should have paid off for him. Surely it should have. Oscar's left in the 1 versus 2. He should have got that kill every single time.
I thought so.
And maybe
as well.
that kind of thing is why Snacks was on the team in the first place. I don't know. Because you got to get that kill. You have so much advantage.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it was a lovely job by Snappy to even win out in the 1 versus 1, have the awareness, the gap and the smoke could be there. Ideally, maybe Sticker gets in the graveyard at that point to really have maximum advantage in that situation, but it's still a good retake by Optic. They've got a lot more to do here. That wasn't technically a gun round either. There was a Galil and a Mac-10 coming into that one. Well recovered by Optic, but they've still got a lot of work to do here. Sonny goes down with the bomb, and that's where things got very uncomfortable, especially for Ops.
They were caught completely off guard at the beginning of that round as well. The burst through the smoke, top mids. You saw Nico had a flashbang in his head. Like, oh, crikey, wasn't expecting that. So that's a good warning for Optic, but indeed they do win their first round. And their goodbye continues. Same for Mousesports. Oscar with 3 kills so far. Config by the sandbags, an off angle from him. So far so good. Maybe spotted Sonny, but they'll fall back with some counter flashes.
So you want snacks back already? Is that what you're saying, James?
No, I'm just, if you're looking for a reason why,
Okay.
then there is a reason.
Well, they might be a reason for Optic to go for a flash play soon. If Mousesports are indeed to be rotating back towards B here. The problem is that Oscar's holding the angle on top mid, so playing aggressively is always a bit scary. But you know, they are information starved at this point. There's a smoke.
Oh, so they're playing an off angle. You can choose to peek. I do wonder if he'll be showing at all, if he'll be spotted as he is closer to the corner of the wall. But with all these grenades flying in, I can't imagine that they'll be paying attention up here. Not crossing to the site just yet. Slowly emerging now. Will there be a shadow? Yes, ever so slightly. Looks to the player on the low ground, distracted by him, and there'll be no kill from that engagement at all.
It's a nice idea. Maybe they can deny the bomb. Knocks White's doing some damage. There it is. Cajun B at least makes this possible now. There's such low HP. I feel like the CTs have actually locked this one down. Sticko and Oscar will have to fight tooth and nail here. Perfect flashbang. It's going to be Snappy and Cajun getting it done. Oscar only good for one. Low HP. Then he will go down. So the initial approach from Mousesports, they expended all their utility, get the first kill, but it all falls apart very, very quickly indeed. It's going to be 2 rounds in a row for Optic. I believe one more buy is available for Mousesports here. 3-2. Optic back on their feet. Config getting it done initially, taking down Chris J. Boost was a lovely idea. It's the first time I've ever seen that, I think. Boosting behind the coffins in that manner. Quite a cool little concept. And here it is, a difficult buy. Krieg for Chris J. Sunny just on a P250. And an AWP for Oscar still, and he'll get the first pick. Asian just trying to hide that AWP so no one can grab it. And he'll run back and probably pick it up. No stranger to that weapon himself.
Mine. Like how they are, just, you know, so slowly burying the AWP backwards. Mousesports pressuring everything. They are yet to take or retake Banana, and that's something that you would really like to try to do if you can. Don't have the CTs in a position where they have all the information. Rotation will come in to stack more players towards the A side for the CTs, but maybe it's not going to matter because Chris J's in there. Oh, he gets collateral damage onto Sunny with the frag onto Chris as well. Up to Nico now.
Smoke on the balcony. Snappy going for some shots. Guesswork through the library. And he's being flanked. And now he's gone. 4 versus 2 for Mousesports. Nico is surely at the point of no return, and he will not return. Not on this occasion. Config left alone on the B bomb site. Optic did get a consecutive round in, so it's not the hardcore reset, but it's not a good look for them either, as you can see from their money. 3 AWPs, I'm sure some will be disposed of, making sure they stay out of the hands of Optic. And I can't imagine they would continue with 2. Nope. The disposal service is thorough from Mousesports. All the bits and bobs being taken away. No scavenging service. No seagulls by the bins. Everything will be incinerated. Even like Sigourney Weaver.
Config can only sit back and be and wait. Fantastic stuff there, especially for Oscar once again. What a legend. Looking so strong today. AWP, impeccable as ever. Open things up from the T steps. Chris J. Oh, not even the scope. Just straight up wrecked Snappy there. And then it's Oscar towards the pit to find Nico. Recover the AWP. And presumably the full eco comes in. Optic just have the M4 from the previous round. 1 flashbang, 1 HE. Almost no chance of winning this one. The Config, he's got the right idea. But so's Oscar. Reads it like a book.
Fast play into the mid position. Nico's still away in AK, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem because of how fast the position is progressing here for Mousesports, wrapping the bomb site very quickly. Nico from the balcony might be able to get a very strong angle with the AK. You can see it. He's just going to wide peek this. Down to 2 HP, tries to do more. Taking down most Nico. The rotation from B's coming in. They must make quick work of these players on the bomb site before the flank is there. And it will arrive, but just not in time. And there we go. Bit of a brawl. Maybe not the cleanest round ever, but it's a 3-player survival for Mousesports, and they'll claim their 5th rounds.
Not bad, is it? Mousesports 5 on the T side. Looking strong again. They managed to win out on Train, if you're just joining us, with the return of Sticko. Snacks is no longer part of Mousesports. I'll be interested to see where they can sell him off to. I'm not sure how many top teams will be looking for him right now. Yugi aggressive towards B, looking for the first pick, extinguishes the flames with the flashbangs decent. He'll have to fall back.
A take of top mid. Denial of information. Questions for Optic. Don't often see a boost behind that smoke. In Yacht's position. Are they going to boost behind the smoke? Well, I don't think that's got long left in it, so no. Will there be another one? A Molotov in the corner, but Sonny will take him out. You'd expect a trade fragger. Oscar certainly does. Snappy running out. Oh, that's really cheeky. And the repeat is punished as well. That's huge from him. Nico on the bicycle, off the bicycle. Nico dead. And that leaves Yugi alone. He's close to the site. Oh my God, that was clean. Now he threatens to push through the smoke as he rotates top mid.
Oh my goodness, what a round. Should have been Mousesports all day long, but Yugi's got themselves back in towards it. It will be the AWP on the retake. No kit, no nades, and heading towards the apartments here. Knife out, hoping to get there quickly, but the positioning of Rops is absolutely sublime. There's almost no chance that Yugi will sniff him out here. He'll be checking all the common spots, the pip, the graveyard, the quad. Has to just keep going here, and Rops is just in such an awkward spot for him. There's almost no chance he can actually suggest that he would be there. Let's have another eco, I believe. 6-2, Mousesports truly are running away with this particular game. On the T side especially, we'll see what I would assume to be a full eco now. Nothing to be purchased, boys.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough life. Mousesports looking quite nice at the moment. That was such a brawly round. This team, I think, you know, we set it up before the game, the series started, that this could have a lot of potential to be quite a brawly matchup. Two teams with a lot of individual skill and explosiveness, and so far it's delivered some of that. But you know, it's hard for Optic. You know, there's been so many clutches where they've just come off the worst. I'd love to see the stats on clutches one. I feel like Mousesports are miles ahead there, but regardless, should be going to 7-2 here unless something weird happens.
Are Optic fans of weird? That is the question. They may be subject to grenades now on the D-bomb side, but Config has already rotated with his lowly USP. Just needs the one shot for Chris J, can't find it. Yugi is last man standing once again, spotted by the balcony position. He will lie beside the stained carpet where the remains of his brethren can be found. 7-2, West Hand in poker. Not a great scoreline for Optic, but they're back on the bye.
7-2 off. This might be a chance of Optic to come back, but they will have to go all in. Got their fast play up, Banana, as usual. Not a huge amount of grenades expended. We'll see the flash over the top for Chris to push, and he's going to annihilate Config. That timing didn't work out for him. Now Snappy is committed and caught pushing forwards. Chris J making the Krieg look good. He's a walking commercial for it. And now Cajun B will rotate. He's got the M4 and no nades. This is looking very bad right now for Optic.
Very bad indeed. He needs a multi-frag. Almost good for a third one, and he gets a third one out of it. He gives his team a fighting chance, maybe more than that. A resmoke of the CT position, and Nico starts to creep. His teammate is far away, Yugi, so there'll be no boost anytime soon. Watching the smoke though, Nico's creeping through it. Doesn't get the kill, however, and that compromises the possibilities here, at least in part for Yugi. There's a crossfire for the CTs, another resmoke. Does he want to lose the AWP? He's got no kits. Maybe there's one on the site, on Nico's body, for example. Does he know how tagged Stico is? They're both in the same place. Stico putting out a Molotov, and he's going to run forward now. Big frag, but where is Rops? He'll never expect him to be in exactly the same place. 8-2 Mousesports.
Great kills from Cajun B. How on God's green earth does he manage to get... He's just facing like 3 or 4 players. Well, I guess we're about to see it. Chris J, beautiful entries there towards the B-bomb side. And Cajun just out there. He's got nothing but an M4. He's got no utility, and he just takes 3 players down. That's so bold, so cool to see from him. But unfortunately for him, it's not going to amount to too much here, except a half fight, as Mousesports go 8-2, and they're still looking very strong.
Bosh. Mousesports looking for round number 9. Will we see a consistent Mousesports now, especially when it comes to LAN with Stico back in the team? Questions to be answered over the next few months, the coming months. Anti-eco territory continues, 5 versus 3. Cajun B with a lovely one-tap. Oh, ding dong, he's hit the bell twice. Through the boxes, I presume. Sonny is still alive, and he's still alive. Nico now alone on the A-bomb site. The cross down banana, down mid rather, is being watched by Rops. So there's only so many places he can be. A lot of 5-7s in this round. How have you enjoyed your brief 5-7 experience so far, Dan? Did you manage to use it at all?
I bought it once so far, and I think I died.
Oh,
very well.
maybe even fired a cut shot or 2, but maybe that's...
One purchase. Did James
I think I got
try?
a kill and that was it. And I got traded out. That's what happened.
Oscar has accidentally spent a hell of a lot of money. An auto sniper lies on the floor in T-spawn. 2 AWPs lie in the hands of Optic.
Snappy and Yugi. And what have we got here? A little boost towards the windowsills. Great position. Don't really see an AWP up there too often. Very compromised position if you get flashed as well. As you can see, not feeling too comfortable right now. And he'll be dropped. It's Oscar, but still fighting strong. Nico in the pit, not for long. 3 versus 2. Cajun B still there, and that could be everything. And I wouldn't suspect another position in the exact same spot. There we go. And Chris J will try and take him down. I'm not sure he'll be able to do it. Time running out now, and the CT's surrounding his position. Krieg in hand. They'll wait for him to commit to one of the frags here, and surely will go down any second. Finally, Optic looking stable in around. The double op setup seems to be working somewhat. The boost towards quad from Yugi was a little bit questionable. We can see how difficult that can be if it all starts to go a bit wrong. And the money actually a bit of a factor. He said they threw away an auto sniper. You can see Oscar now with just $100.
Is this the start of something for Optic, or will it be the end? Because if they lose this round, surely they won't really stand a chance. Double ops, though, have been very good for many teams so far this season on Inferno as an answer to a troublesome T side. Also going straight up mid with his ult. Chris burning, he's burning. He is quite toasty. 3rd degree burns.
There was an infamous news article where KFC executives went on a team building exercise and they walked on the hot coals, and many people went to the hospital with burn injuries afterwards.
Surely they don't do that anymore, walking on hot coals. What does that even prove?
It's a weird one, isn't it?
It's team bonding, Henry.
Everyone can do it. It doesn't mean you're like superhuman now.
Table tennis is team bonding. Walking on coals is just ill-advised, isn't it?
Yeah, no good can come from that. Let's watch a video of someone doing it. That would do. Anyway, Yugi, challenge towards quads. Surely goes down. Oscar gets the better of him there. And Chris J's low. This round is not over. It's up to Cajun B to smoke them off, flash them off, try and hold them at bay. He's got a player in towards the pit as well. There it is. Good shot from him jumping up on the bomb site. And Config will help them out. It's actually advantage Optic now. And it's been such a rough half for them. They need these rounds.
Quick run back, though, from Mousesports.
What?
Oh, what the hell was that?
How's he done that?
Straight to the face. And he's going to buy them some time here. Now it's going to be down to Snappy. He's got an AWP. He's going to hear the running here. It's a perfect angle. They're going to run straight into him. Flashbang is on, but not in time. Now Seeker has to take him down. He's got limited amounts of time to find this frag as the rotation comes in. It's got to be fast, but it's Snappy that's faster. And that'll be the much needed round for Optic. They'll prevent the reset, and they'll get themselves closer to a respectable and workable scoreline.
What is a respectable scoreline for you, Dan?
I guess anything between, well, 5 and 6 at this point.
I think so. They get 6 now, we're very impressed. But that's 2 in a row now. The final buy for Mousesports comes out. Looking to find 11 rounds for themselves. That would be excellent on the T side and maybe even guarantee 6 points in the ECS leaderboard. Smokes toward the top now, removing vision from the CTs. You can see Config up close by the sandbags, looking to play off Snappy. He's just firing speculative shots towards the half wall.
And Optic are a team that, especially in Mousesports' position, you don't want to lose to them because they're so dangerous. They're one of those teams that can absolutely sort of gatekeep people, or they can take that 4th spot maybe if they have a couple good, good games against the better teams. Very dangerous team at the moment.
A focus on Banana from Mousesports. 4 of the 5 players here. Once again, Rops is holding the rotation. Lurking around in a mid position. Oh, they're lining up behind that wall, really. They are. That is an absurd peek from Sunny, and he's good for the second frag as well, despite taking a bullet in the face. 2 kills for him. Maybe wanting to pick up the AWP, but instead he will just jump out, get some information.
What?
A 2-man spray down from Cajun B, spreading the jam all over the bread of the B-bomb site.
That's insane. How has he pulled that one off through the smoke? It might not be enough still, and indeed it is not. Decent attempt there from Cajun, but Nico, he seems to be aware of the prospect of playing towards the apartments. Won't take him down though. Rops comes out on top. Plenty of money for some of the players of Optic. It's the last round. They'll be buying up whatever happens here. Do they want to go for the orbs or try and distribute the wealth out with some rifle drops? Sunny, though, absolutely eviscerates them here. Amazing. Comes up, and I thought KGB did enough there. The wild spray to get 2 kills. Pretty impressive, but pistols, orb, and a shotgun. A good old shotgun in the hands of Yugi. It's Nico with the orb. Interesting.
Flash galore there, but will it be fragging galore for Mousesports? They're going to slow things down here. Flashes did their job to slow it down. And Nico creeping, he's going to spot an arse, and he'll be taking Sunny out, but the trade is there. Chris Shea with that Krieg. He's been such a devilish player to be up against on this B, or these B positions around the outside of the site. Banana 4v4, and Rops is applying the pressure.
Oh dear, that's the bomb loss! Mag 7, don't see it very often, cameo appearance, but maybe it's enough. Cajun B getting his CZ out, takes Oscar down. He's having such a game. But is it enough here for Optic in this last round of the first half? Stico has 7 HP, trying to create some space, but there are smokes either side of the bomb now, and some pre-fire as well. Do they know that he's low? The spam continues in all directions. Somehow he dances around the bullets. They move towards mid. If he jumps off this balcony, they'll get the sound cue. Cannot afford to do that. Config in the smoke. Missing the first shot. He had the 5-7. Was it Snappy? Spot Snappy! And that is a huge 4K from Stico. Wow. 11 rounds from Mousesports.
Snacks, where are you at? Stick goes back.
Wow.
He's looking sharp. He's looking hot. He finds him the 11th round. What a play that was. Oh my God.
He can't take a single bullet. You never put him on winning that clutch, ever.
Yeah, that's
so sick.
Really well played.
Very nice.
That's so good by Sticko. Very well thought out. And now, that should be the game. If they get the pistol almost locked in, 100%, we'll see. Optic will have 5 sets of armor. No nades. No upgraded pistols, and it looks like they'll be rushing a 5-man push towards the quad side here. Rops to defend first, but down he goes. Blocks work well in numbers and at close range, and that's it. There's no one else left at the A side. They might have done enough here. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's not worked out for Mousesports. If you don't get those initial kills, it's just so hard. And you have to have that discipline to understand when you sort of stayed out there a bit too long, and you're just now forcing it a bit too much, which perhaps we had from Rops and Oscar, but that's fine. Another reason why the pistol rounds, what people wanted them to be less impactful, just because there is such a high degree of variance on them.
Well, not much method behind the madness there for Optic. 5 players, armor up, rush quad.
Yep.
No one apartments, no flashes, no one watching Arch. Just get round there. Whether that's a tell, they've like watched the demos and know what Mousesports do on those sort of rounds. It seemed a little bit too perfect. The fact that when they get on the site, it's just Rob's waiting there, and everyone else is full retake towards B. Seems like they just might have an inkling as to what Mousesports might do. I would say at least. Maybe they're just like, well, this is what they used to do when Mousesports had Sticko. Maybe they're going back to that.
I think it's meta as well sometimes to have 3 players B for the CT side at the beginning of the round to try to like frag out before the T's get onto the B side too. Maybe that's another reason. Speaking of 5-man pushes, we got a 5-man stack of the B bomb site.
Flash being held by Sunny by the Coffin position. So we've got a hardcore setup. Chris J will get the sound cues. He might have space to survive that molly, or maybe not. No, that's very deep indeed. That is covering all the bases. And he'll be executed immediately. There's a pop flash, but it's a team kill from Rops. Can he make up for it? Indeed he can. Just the 1 kill there in that round. That Molotov was absolutely perfect.
Optic are back, baby. 11-6, and Mousesports will bring out the rifles now, though. This is what we wanted to see from Optic in the first half, Dan. It means you'll have rifles, but you can see you are compromised with the utility. No incendiaries, barely any flashbangs, no kits. With a chance to win the round, but it's still difficult. Especially on the CD side, where it's such a HE-dependent map. Incendiaries, so powerful.
Default for Optic, just making sure to take control of apps. Banana, no top mid take though. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they just want to go into B. Contact with 3. Chris J waits, and he has been absolutely taken down. Stico jumping forward, brave, but it works.
Is there a smoke where Chris J was standing, I wonder? Is there a grenade to collect? That would be quite useful. Oscar will pop back in to do the job. Oh, he's messed it up. He should know the lineup from the bench position behind him. So even if the T's have thrown a smoke in that position, you still know it because there's a pipe on the back wall where you can line it up. If you watch a Taco, for example, or anyone in Team Liquid on a retake, they know how to throw that one. And there's another missed smoke grenade. Crikey. The funny thing is, if Optic are to push, they might think that the pit player's done that by deliberately.
I don't know what to think. Anyway, it is the 5-on-4. Optic might be in a little bit of trouble here, but no, Sunny will get dropped. Rops as well. It's just down to Oscar now to try and save the round, but surely going to be traded out here, and indeed he will. Absolute calamity there for Mousesports. They are yet to post a round in the second half. It's 3-0, and an eco up against them now as well. There's Config getting it down. Lovely shot towards Chris J, and then doubles it up towards the pit as well. That's really precise. Excellent work from Config.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. All the pistols for Mousesports. And we'll see now whether or not they can surprise us or whether we just have to wait until the next buy. That's more likely. Optic, they're no strangers to these situations. They'll be fine in the anti-eco, one would imagine. But the A stack, they walk into it, could deal some damage. But if you go for the wrap, it's very difficult. Like, even if there's an A stack like this, if they split from Arch side, there's just like nothing that the CTs can do. You're exposed from everywhere. If they all walk quad, that's a problem though. But they will go up Arch as well.
Well then, Snappy inspects the gadget. His gadget is a MAC-10, and he's looking for information to decide the best approach for the bomb. He's seen nothing just yet. Now he has to face the long ranges towards the site. Still sees nothing. 38 seconds left. The bomb starts to move towards the B bomb site, and Cajun B can look for rotation, should there be one.
I like this from Optic though. Just very quiet, very calm. plant the bomb, job done.
Easy. No one from Mousesports moving a muscle.
Well, they know this one's done. They've got 2 players of armor as well. Might as well keep them healthy. It's not very pistols to save. Just admit the round's over. Snappy's not happy with that though. He'll want to try and find a couple of kills here. Farm some cash, that Mac 10. The other guy's not really worth it with the AKs. But even here, we'll just allow them to live here. It's one of the very rare rounds you might see all 10 players survive.
Don't see this very often on Inferno.
It's the unicorn round.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's as it should be. And 8 rounds to 11 for Optic now as they climb closer and closer, but the buy is out. It's double ops. Oscar, Chris J. That's scary. Scary prospects here for Optic to deal with. How will they choose to deal with it? A lot of players going to second mid very quickly. Everyone, in fact. We're going to get like a balcony burst or like a very fast play up to top mid. What is happening here?
Where are they off to? Now it's Oscar's turn to be taken by surprise. Escapes the spray of the Mac 10. Some pot shots, so many targets. Player in the reds, but he can't finish him off. Snappy won't last very long though. Suddenly coming around from that near that library position and straight back onto the site. He gets his bell rung and this continues to advance very quickly. Rob's playing around the smoke, however. Not sure if anybody's in graveyards. Trying to avoid it himself. Standing in the flames now. He's going to die on his sword without a frag, leaving Christian in 1 versus 3. No highlight this time. 11-9 now for Mousesports.
What a call! What a call.
It's just down to that Mac 10 especially. The fact you can just be like a bully. Your teammates are going to have a quad. You're just running around the corner, finding a kill, getting stuck in, making things very chaotic. It's a perfect weapon to have in Infernos because you have lots of smokes and tight choke points, and AK is not really viable to run through that, but a jumping Mac 10, absolutely. And this is looking like Optic are going to pull this back to double digits. There's another full eco here from Mousesports. Grenades drop towards T steps, none of them connecting. And it will be Deagles, 5.7s, PD50s, and no arm. Oh, there is Robson and Sunny on armor. Look at the back, but there's one of them removed. 5 and 4.
3v3. Weapons that cannot be collected. That grenade is spot on. Maybe with a peek there. With the Deagle, another 1 Deag. Could have gone a bit further, but 10-11 and Optic now are very close to tying things up. 1 round away, of course, and big buy again from Mousesports, yet to win a round on the CT side. They just need 1 to get going. Maybe this can be the one.
Maybe it can be. 1 round between the 2 sides. Optic have won every round in this half so far. They look to continue that. Oscar will have something to say about it if they allow him. Waiting for the initial grenades. There won't be the usual exchange. Yesterday we saw 5 Molotovs and plenty more in 1 round of banana control. A lot less this time. Is that a warning for Optic? Are they walking into a trap?
It's a problem. That's quite the problem. Optic looking like they may just play just more of a set-piece oriented game here. Reinforcements has arrived. Oscar is present. Free smoke as well. They're going to run back. They're going to throw nades and run back. Is that what they're up to?
Well, they've got no presence anywhere else. So suggests they will be going in towards B. 45 seconds. Smokes, flashbangs deployed. Optic with a huge advantage here. There's still 2 players. The flashbangs are deployed. It's Sticker to defend. The flames aren't touching him, but it's getting very uncomfortable now. Oscar delivering the goods with the AWP. And it looks like they might have done it. Mousesports going to host their first round. Not quite. 2 versus 2. Low HP for Config and Snappy as the bomb goes down. This is actually looking very problematic. This could all fall apart. Robson and Sunny on the retake now.
Yeah, it's not done just yet, is it? Sunny looking to get a word in, a look in. Flash will Blind him, config, smoked off. That's how you want to do it. But Snappy, he's proven to be quite capable by himself. Sunny, can he make the peak work? He's based out the shot. That's it. Forced through the smoke. Config, perfect timing, saves the day, and that's another round for Optic. They are yet to be defeated on their T side.
That's so sick from Config because technically he doesn't really have to face that position. Like, you could just play off the bombs and the smoke, but he knows, well, he's focusing so much on my teammate right now. I've got a 180 angle on him. If I just go for the trade, I'm low HP. I don't have to mess around with the bomb and the fake defuses and get baited out. And he just gets stuck in there, nails the shot, confident in his own ability. And oh my goodness, it's actually fallen apart for Mousesports. They had 11-4 lead at half. And on the T side, Optic have brought it back. And there might be another eco here for Mousesports. This is unprecedented.
It is indeed. I would like to see smokes and CZs, or 5-7s. We have a lot of 5-7s in this game. At the very least, how do they turn things around? Do they go for an aggressive play on the buy rounds?
Ooh. Smokes.
There we go. Not a single CZ, but I'll take it. Optic waiting out some initial grenade usage. Now, what do they make of the Molotovs? They know it's max loss bonus. Do they assume it's a full buy until they see otherwise? Full buy or a force buy? The HE towards the barrel position. Will he wait long enough? Here's the woods and Bosh! No! We've missed. The rocket has failed. 11 to 11. A minute 10 on the clock. Optic, will they be looking for maybe a pot flash play from the CT side?
This is the thing, it's like the minute left, 3 smokes in play, fourth just dropped in response from the CTs. Optic trying to bait out more utility. Still 3 smokes, 50 seconds to go. Oscar doesn't have a smoke, he's on the A sites, but Rops does, who is on the A site with a UMP. So time is really a big issue here now for Optic. They must make a decision. 1 smoke left, that's on the B-bomb side still. And there's a tag from Oscar, falls back. Still no frags for Optic, starting to get very sweaty for them.
There are the frags. Optic will take the lead. This is pretty remarkable scenes, and the money's just swelling out of control for them. Yugi's going to nail the last few shots. Mousesports might have given this one up. They seem so flat on the CT side. What's the play now? Will they go for the double AWP setup? Maybe change things up a bit, get Chris J out. There it is. It will be deployed. I think it has to be at this point. And a drastic change. Optic look way too comfortable. Either way, I feel like we're going to be seeing all the rounds here. I assume Mousesports will post a couple. Anytime now would be great.
8 rounds in a row for Optic. 8 rounds in a row. Now we see the full investment of the Molotov. There's number 4. Plenty of HEs as well, making sure there's no peek behind those barrels. No peek, no lurking CT. Plenty of pre-fire. Filling the wall with dots. Very respectful. They know how dangerous Mousesports can be, despite not having won a single round so far. Another grenade towards the barrels. Optic establish map control, and then all the noise goes to 0. I didn't realize, but you can actually hear somebody scoping in with a Krieg and an AUG.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't think you could either, but I heard someone the other day.
Did he
scoping in?
Did he get him?
I don't know. Life is a blur. But I remember the sound of the scope, and it was a surprise to me.
Interesting. The A push coming in from Optic. Absolute madness here now. It's a lot of variance. Let's see if the pit player. Rops can do much here. He will. Oh wow, that's almost the third. They'll set up Sunny for it though, but Sunny can't really seem to find it, but he'll find something else entirely. That's Yugi down on quad, and the remainder of Optic are crippled at this point. Just Config with any points of health remaining. Snappy on 2. Config is an absolute god though. but looks like Sunny will devour him anyway, and that's 12-12. Mousesports finally put a round on the board.
Significant damage though for Config in those last 2 kills at the end. Keeps Mousesports on a leash as they lose their loss bonus. They'll have to fully invest into this round and from this point be pretty much perfect, because if Optic pick up 1 in the next 2, they are going to fall apart right at the last stages here. UMP for Rops, AK from the previous round for Sunny. You can see there are a couple of players struggling to buy any grenades, and this is why Chris J needs to act a little bit more aggressively. Flashed off, and the Molotov will push him back. He actually takes a lot of damage there. He might have been tagged up, I think, by the AWP. I'm not sure. It goes down to 10 HP.
Indeed, Henry, if Optic can win this round by elimination, the remainder should be a doddle. A doddle, mate. It was a doddle. 3 players towards B. Optic have done well to establish banana control early in the rounds of late. Time and time again. Last time they cut noise at this point and moved away towards the A site, but it seems they have an execute in mind.
The explosion. 3 CTs though to defend. That's promising for Mouse. Optic, are they really going for this? They have no control anywhere else on the map. It seems very likely from this point grenades are going to start to soar through the air into the sky and onto the B-bomb site. He tries to block that one a little bit, but here it is. The push is in. What can Oscar get? Chris and Seeker are both dead. Oscar has to deliver. He's still standing on the flatbed. Falls off. And that is a massive, enormous problem.
That's the worst it possibly could have gone.
Yeah.
No kills. He's saving an AK and a UMP, and they've got so much cash now, they can go hunting. And Robs, he probably gets his kill, to be fair. Decent angle from him. See? There it is. Might even up go to an AK now. So 2 AKs to save, but a lot of time for them to cower in the corners. So round guaranteed. That is a harsh reset. But if they save both these AKs, both of these players can drop M4s. Robs and Sunny can both drop rifles here.
The CT side is looking very poor at the moment for Mousesports, isn't it? They had 3 players ready. They knew the B push was coming, or had a very good guess. And still, no response at all.
Oh, they've lost 1. That makes all the difference. Now, Sunny might have to drop 2 SMGs. That's if they even want to buy into this. I'm not even sure what the best possible solution is. Is that through the smoke? Oh my goodness. You do hate to see that. If your stick go.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that, right?
No, not really. He was holding up for his teammates, being patient. And what he thought was safe. And now it's just a full eco with USPs and 1 AK. Sunny will boost it up in the corner. You'll usually do this with an AWP, but I'll have to make it work with the AK.
Looks like Optic are going to win. They've been powerful on this T side. Great power. Taking top mid, falling back. They cause the entire rotation. They have done a good job.
The silence mid-round has been deafening for Optic. Cutting noise, Mousesports playing the guessing game. Getting aggressive in banana early, as we saw Chris J attempt to leave with 10 HP, but beyond that, it has been all Optic executing in. This will put them to a tied scoreline, and I think the focus will be saving this AK for Sunny. As far as Mousesports are concerned, Bell gets rung, and that may incentivize these players to try and chase Cajun B. They will swap positions with Yugi to fire the AK. They may think it's the same person, but Yugi will be a nasty surprise. Oh, he's going to get his bell rung as well. Really, though, this may be inconsequential. Grenades deployed all over the place. Sunny's holding an angle. I think there's a fair chance he loses the AK here. The flash on the roof. The T's can run out and peek with it at the same time. And I don't know about the plays in the red. 3 players in the red now, all trying to hide in the corner. Oh boy, that bomb will do absolutely nothing. More you know.
Sort of like playing a game of sardines at the bottom of Banana. That's amazing.
14-12. MP7s. The AWP's out. Sunny, I assume he's got an M4 as well. It's a FAMAS for Sticko. Not the best buy, but certainly could be a lot worse. Mousesports still in this one. But lose this and he's not really in a position to recover, I would say.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx him at Optic. Look, unstoppable. There's the flashplay in though. Chris gets one with his signature MP7, but it's the one and the done as Sticko is left. And he needs to be on the run, but he's out of play now.
Well, that's the cue to go B, boys. We've left the bomb at T steps. That's not ideal. Yugi can get up on the first oranges, though, and look towards CT spawn and cover the positions. Smoke down, and bomb picked up. What's the play here now? Oscar will be coming in from the T steps area. There is one sneaky terrorist coming in towards the underpass. If he scopes, he'll know he's right next to him. There's the scope, and that should guarantee the kill for Cajun B. There it is, and now Robson 2 versus 1.
2 rounds behind. He's got to do this. Does he know how to smoke in the Banana from here? Ooh. Config maybe made a step. Now the smoke dissipated, he can do the simple one. No kit for Rops, however. Slowing his advance in case of a pre-fire from Cajun B, but Cajun B will not reveal his position. There is a gap in that smoke, he's aware of it. Cajun B straight to the gap, and he falls back. He can play with a bomb timer, just be a general nuisance, and now surely the round is lost because 10-second defuse. There's not a lot Rops can do. Cajun B knows he's not on it. Maybe he can save the AWP? I don't know. Well, no, it's bottom Banana, isn't it? So Cajun B will take it. And that's match point for Optic. Very ropey situation for Mousesports.
Well, there we have it. 15-12, chaps. We'll see if Mousesports have anything left in their tank. They'll have to pull together their resources and bring out 2 rifles, one of which is the FAMAS, the MP7s, the MP9s, the UMPs. It's all gone a bit pear-shaped. Remember, they were 11-4 up a half. It's difficult to even consider that now. But there it is. Could be the last round. I feel like we've got a few more twists and turns. Yeah, they've picked up 1 round on the CT half. Not ideal.
Grenade damage, some chunky damage. Chunks. They'll volley back some HEs of their own. Mousesports look quite depleted. And that's top Banana now for Config. Config has been so dangerous. It's great to see. Now the top mid take here for the T side of Optic. Good line up for the arch smoke, I imagine. There we go. And they can try to take that top mid control. 45 seconds to go. Oscar, he wants any excuse to push here with this MP9. Flash lined up. Oh, Sunny's been taken out for free. MP9 around the corner. That's done as well. 5 versus 3 now for Optic.
Oh, the Prince of Pit still alive and kicking. We'll see if Rops can get anything done here. He needs to find multiple kills very, very quickly. Players all around him. He'll be dropped with the UMP still fighting back. Chris J, MP7, surely nothing can be done. It looks like Optic will steal this map away. It was 11-4 a half. Cajun B with another impressive performance, 23 frags. I'm going to sneeze, Jay.
Off he goes. Really nice stuff from Optic. Cajun B up there now with Config. He was always a standout player for Optic, and Cajun B is really coming to his own this week. You wonder how long it will last. Hopefully it lasts a very long time indeed. But yeah, he's looking like quite a nasty fragger. Plenty of multi-kills from him across both matches. Very important, and more than you could really expect him to get in some situations like the one you just saw in that replay. What a comeback from Optic. Only 1 round from Mousesports in that second half. That's crazy. 1
round. It's so weird. The disparity between the 2 performances. The T side was impeccable. Oscar looked lights out. It was all coming together. It comes to the CT side. I guess that's going to be a hole in their game they need to repair quite quickly, because that was an absolute nightmare for them. 1 round picked up. constantly force buying, SMGs making compromises, especially towards the end, and Optic going to be very happy at that one. It felt like that game was over for them. It's quite rare to see those sort of comebacks on the T side. Rob's 21 kills did not deserve to be on the losing side. Hello. And here is the leaderboard for Europe and how it stands after we finish. For today, Astralis, of course, still at the top. They did not play. Optic creeping up there, though. They get himself in a qualifying spot for now. Needs to be top 4 to make it to the finals. And there we have it. Mousesports, they were second. And now, I guess, after the 2 losses, it will be, in terms of round difference, North taking the spot. Mousesports doing a great job, though, in terms of keeping up there. That's the first or the second loss.
So many teams have been taking L's 2 and 4 for quite a few players. So I think 5 and 5 is not too bad for Optic right now.
Is there like a number we've got in mind that suggests you can't qualify anymore if you get like 7 losses? Is it 8 or 9 and that's it?
I think 7 is like, it gets very sketchy.
That's when it comes down to like round difference and like head-to-head matchups and stuff. The GT won't be making it categorically at this point with 10 losses already.
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, so there we go. Fnatic, a lot of games to play. Didn't manage to scrape